In a not-so-shocking turn of events, somehow Reddit always manages to hit a new low point. We have reached a point where even the words of World War II veterans are now deemed too offensive for the platform.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Men who sacrificed their own lives so that we today can enjoy overpriced Starbucks coffee and not have to learn the insanity behind German grammar.
Flugzeug, Überraschung, Krankenwagen.
As Britain celebrated Remembrance Day, the British TV show called Good Morning Britain had the fortunate opportunity to interview one of the last remaining living veterans from World War II. The segment, for the most part, unfolded as you would expect for these types of interviews. Generic questions met with generic answers. That is, until the end, when the World War II veteran suddenly gave an incredible answer that you rarely ever see in modern media.
My message is, I can see in my mind's eye those rows and rows of white stones of all the hundreds of my friends and everybody else that gave their lives for what? The country of today. No, I'm sorry. The sacrifice wasn't worth the result that it is now.
In one of the most rare displays to date, we got to see an actual living World War II veteran give his brutal and honest opinion. He answered the question without any hesitation or any remorse. Knowing how his country looks like today, he simply answers, all the hundreds of my friends that gave their lives for what? A country of today. No, I am sorry. The sacrifice wasn't worth the result. It's worse than it was when I fought for it. This statement obviously created a massive stir and shockwave throughout British media and society. It goes against all the mainstream narratives. He dared to say the quiet part out loud, something many are afraid to openly speak up about, especially in this day and age in Britain, where every second Facebook comment results in a police arrest.
FBI, open up!
The reason why his words carry such huge implications and power is because he is one of the last remaining British people who is alive today that both had to sacrifice himself in World War II, but also live long enough to see the changes to his surroundings and his country. Most of his comrades would have died years or decades ago, so they never had the opportunity to witness Britain in the year 2025.
So what are you going to do? I'll knock your bloody nose down your throat.
Alright then, go on then.
This story is quickly picked up by media all over the country, and it becomes a topic that gets fiercely debated across various platforms and media outlets, with news anchors, journalists, and analysts all chipping in, wanting to give their take on this statement, either in support of the veteran or trying to minimize his words and deliberately alter the meaning behind his statement. Now, you might wonder, how does a platform as political and radicalized like Reddit react and deal with such a spicy and heated discussed story? Yes, it goes exactly as you would have expected.
Delete a whole lot of comments, because I'm coming for that social media.
The platform manages to reach a new low point and show itself from a side where you literally start wondering,
are we the baddies?
in what is essentially the largest international subreddit called Europe, this same story was posted, and considering this space is dedicated to all topics revolving around Europe, you would expect that no other place on Reddit would a story about a World War II veteran and the social changes in Europe be more relevant to discuss.
Psych! That's the wrong number!
As this story gets posted, it quickly gains immense attention and traffic, with thousands of people upvoting this story, which means this headline is quickly rising to the very top of the subreddit, which not only means this story would be number one in this space, but it would also spill over into the very front page of all of Reddit, which means the amount of traffic and eyes on this post would explode.
Meltdown crisis, the first couple of minutes.
Now, a story like this completely goes against the current narratives on Reddit, and as the moderators realizes the popularity of this post and where it is headed, it of course can only mean one thing.
Deleted.
Despite this topic being more relevant than ever to discuss, as quickly as the story arrived on the site, as quickly it was censored and permanently deleted. Though what is more funny is the reasoning behind removing the post. This submission has been removed because it is low quality and or low effort. I must say, I cannot put my finger on what is low effort about storming the beaches in Normandy or doing guerrilla warfare in the jungles of Burma. If this 100-year-old World War II veteran that is one of the last remaining people to have witnessed the passing of time in Europe is not worthy enough to speak up about this topic, then who the hell is? And also, in classic Reddit fashion, it's not only the moderators who tries to minimize this topic, but also the countless of users rushing to put a lid on this story. I saw the clip used by far-right trolls who try to frame it like the veteran complains about migration, but he is talking about freedom. It sucks that this man's words are going to be twisted by far-right groups into pro-Nazi anti-immigration bullshit. To be fair, he was more talking about freedom, not exactly sure what he means. He left it vague, so could be immigration, censorship, arrest for Facebook post, etc. or all.
Test, 1, 2. This is Dildo Schwaggins. We are ready to commence the trashing of Denmark. All trolls report in.
Ah yes, I am sure the 100-year-old veteran went on one of the UK's leading commercial television networks so he could talk about how much he supports Nazism or about how concerned he is about his ability to shitpost on Facebook. After all, he was only like 85 years old when the first iPhone launched.
I'm just an old man who wishes he could have made different choices, okay?
Nobody is saying that you or any of these users have to agree with his statement, and to be fair, you could very much interpret his words in whatever manner that you see fit in your head. The dangerous part is not the discussion itself. The dangerous part is not allowing any discussion at all. This Soviet-style censorship is becoming a bigger and bigger reality every single day on the platform, and realistically, you are allowing a handful of moderators to control the narratives for millions of users. Literally anything can be removed or purged purely based on how a single moderator feels at any given day. What is even the point of having these engaging user features like upvotes, downvotes, or comments when realistically none of these metrics have any impact on what is allowed to stay and get discussed on the site? Maybe it's just me, but every day I'm starting to feel like Reddit is now more or less resembling